Hello everyone, it's Cameron and welcome to another video. Today I'm going to go over a box set that I just got last week. I bought it on eBay almost 2 weeks ago now and I got it last Wednesday, and it's finally the Bruce Springsteen Tracks to the Lost Albums box set. So I'm going to go over the box set, show you the contents on the inside, and just talk about the albums themselves. So this box set was announced back in April. I did a little video discussing it on it then, and at the time I said I wasn't kind of going to get it because it was really high in price, but I found it on eBay for £181, which is a lot less than what a lot of people have been charging for on Amazon. And I kind of felt, well, still a bit high, but it's a little bit less than what it was, but I don't know if I'm going to, and part of me kind of wasn't sure if I wanted to do it, but then I kind of knew that I wouldn't see it again for half the price, so I eventually got it, and I'm really pleased I finally got it. It's a really good box set. I'm going to show you the content in here, and apologies for my phone going off there, the content in this box set and what you get in the inside. So yeah, so these are 7 albums which were recorded from 1983 to 2018. And these albums were unreleased, and we had a box set back in 1998 called Tracks, which had unreleased material on it, and of course this is the sequel to that first box, Tracks to the Lost Albums. And these are albums that Bruce had recorded back in the day, but for whatever reason he felt that they either weren't complete at the time, or he'd found there were some faults about them that made him unsure of turning them into a major release. And he'd often played this music to close friends for years, and now we're going to get the chance to hear it. So yeah, so when the box set was announced, they announced the box set, but they also announced a highlights album, and I pre-ordered the CD, which is this one, which has select tracks from each album. And I also, after the CD came out, a few days after I got the highlight CD, I ordered the vinyl version. And I was hoping to get the Tracks box set in vinyl, and I kind of thought about getting it once I saw other people getting the box set and showing it, and I got a bit green with envy. I'm like, oh, I'd like to have that box, and I started thinking about getting it, and I was going to save up my money or wait till the price goes down a bit, and I found a copy for a little less than what they were charging for it. And I was going to get the vinyl, but the vinyl version kind of went up in price a bit on Amazon, so I thought if I get the CDs for a lot less. But I have the highlights on vinyl if I want to have the songs on vinyl. I have this album here, which will be my next vinyl update, and I probably will get the box set on vinyl eventually, but just no hurry to get it right now. But here it is. Here's the front. I like the nice content, the box, like the tape. Looks like a tape box, a master tape box, and you get all the albums written on the front. The back, all the albums we get. So we get the albums: LA Garage Sessions 83, Streets of Philadelphia Sessions, Faithless, Somewhere North of Nashville, In Yo, Twilight Hours, and Perfect World. And it says in the back here, 7 new studio albums, features 82 previously unreleased tracks, 74 never before heard songs, 8 alternative versions from different sessions, plus 1 soundtrack song never before available on a Springsteen album. So this is very cool. And just take a little slip of paper off like so, which I'll keep with it. And it's the spine, which looks very nice. It even looks nice if I put it on my my shelf at the side of my bed. It looks very cool with the spine sticking out. It makes it look like I've got an actual master tape in my collection. Anyways, here it is. Just slide it out like so. Nice slide out. It's even got a little seal sticker saying stays in NJ Warehouse, which is the New Jersey warehouse, because Bruce has had different Thrill Hill recording facilities in both New Jersey and California in the sort of 70s, 80s, 90s, and even to the present day, which is like his home studio. And there's a side there, and just slides it all out like so. We get a book, which is a kind of nice, kind of made out of nice soft kind of fabric. Open up on the inside, and we get little insert things. This is a 24-track phase report for the songs Perfect World and Rain in the River, both from the Perfect World album, which we'll show in a bit. And it tells you what's on each track, and the dates that they were added. So September 18th, 1997 and October 1st, 1997, which is very cool. Little nice piece of momentum, or sorry, memorabilia, or reproduction of it rather, sorry. Anyways, we're going to go over the book, and this is a really great book. You get like photos and the information behind each track, and liner notes as well, not only written by Bruce Springsteen himself, but a guy called Eric Flanagan. And there's another little insert thing, which is a DAT adapt master tape for the Streets of Philadelphia on the 25th of October 1993, which is very cool. On one side you get the track, and on the other side it's blank. So this is how it would probably looked. You could probably fold it up and like a tape thing, which looks very, very cool indeed. I'm really glad they threw that in. There's lots of amplifiers there. Put that back in the booklet. So yeah, really good book, and really, really informative. You learn just Bruce's famous trademark guitar. You learn a lot from each, and it talks about each album. So we start with LA Garage Sessions '83. Talks about the recording and even photos from the time, and even talks about the songs as well. There's a little thing for the Ave Maria, which I'm not sure what that one's all about. Streets of Philadelphia Sessions just talks about each album, the recording, and how, you know, it never got released. Because there were some albums that were mixed, they were complete albums, they were mixed, but for whatever reason, as stated earlier, Bruce had decided not to release it, which I'll probably discuss as when we talk about the CDs, when we get to the albums. Here's Faithless. It's a nice picture there. Bruce and his guitar working on a song. It's a nice picture of a guitar. It's a bit hard to see with the lighting in here. And there's a nice picture of Bruce there, which I think was like the same time as from the similar session of the Gatefold to the Western Stars album in 2019. And this little contact sheet of a photo shoot. See, I probably will do a separate videos on the albums themselves. Here's Somewhere North of Nashville, which is later re-recorded for Western Stars in 2019. See, yeah, really, really good book, as I say. There's a picture of a mixing desk or a recording desk. Here's another inside thing. Cocktail Lounge. Little thing here. It says on the other side, come late in the evening. I think it's like a clue to the Western Stars album. Sorry, Twilight Hours album, I think. And there's a nice Twilight Hours picture. Like, I think it's like New York City, in the city at night. Very nice black and white photo. It'd be good if it was in colour though, but black and white, it's nice enough. So yeah, as I say, really good book. Just lots of nice photos. And just information as well. Okay, and around to Perfect World. That's another nice one there, which is the same one as the Lost and Found album. It's like the highlights. The back of Bruce's guitar. There's all the credits as well. Little thanks there as well to Patty, Bruce's wife, Evan, his son, Jessica, his daughter, and Sam, his son. So his wife and children. And there's the handwritten lyrics to a song, Detail Man. Very cool that they put that one in there. So yeah, that's me going over the book. Really, really good read. Now we're going over the CDs, and the CDs are all kind of housed in this little box. You get the Columbia Records and Legacy logo on it, and even all the albums there. Just slide them off like this, and then you just open it up like so. And these are the 4 of the CDs. The other 3 are sort of behind there. So we're going to go over each album, talk about them, and I'm going to show you them all in a bit in detail. But as I say, I do intend to show these and talk about these in individual videos, these lost albums, and probably give a bit more background as well. So, as stated, the first one is LA Garage Sessions 83, which was something that Bruce was working on. These were songs that Bruce was working on in his sort of Los Angeles garage apartment that he was renting at the time. This was in between the period of Nebraska and Born in the USA, which when he wasn't sure of whether to follow up with Born in the USA. But I think though he made the wisest choice to follow up with Born in the USA, which is a great record. And this album's really good. I like the version of Elvis's Follow That Dream, Little Girl Like You, Bye Bye Johnny, which has previously been on the Tracks 1 box set, Sugarland, Black Mountain Ballad, Seven Tears, Jim Deere, County Fair, which has been cleaned up really nicely because the one in the Essential Bruce Springsteen was quite low fidelity with like cassette tape hiss, but it's been cleaned up here now. It sounds really good. And there's a really good alternate take of My Hometown, Don't Back Down, Richfield Whistle, The Klansman, which is like a song about kind of an upbringing of son joining the KKK or something like that. Unsatisfied Heart's great, and so yeah, it's quite nice there. Nice gatefold sleeve there. And there's the CD, there's the disc. And there's a booklet. So the booklet gets like the lyrics to each track, which is quite nice that they do that. A lot of Bruce's albums have done that. They've always pretty much every Bruce record includes lyrics, with the exception of the Wild and Innocent Knee Street Shuffle album. And I think the Seeger Sessions, I may be right, or I may be wrong, but I know that every Bruce album has had lyrics, which is quite nice, in case you want to sing along. And all the credits as well. So yeah, this one, I don't think was ever conceived of as an album, but it was something that Bruce was doing during the period in between Nebraska and Born in the USA, and some tracks have been known, and the material that's been on here has known to exist on bootleg albums, so it's nice we get an official release of this album, of these songs rather. Then we get this one, the Streets of Philadelphia Sessions, which is probably my pick of the albums. This is probably my favourite of the albums. This came on the hot on the heels of Bruce's Oscar-winning song Streets of Philadelphia, which was of course for the film Philadelphia, starring Tom Hanks and Denzel Washington. And that was done using a drum loop and a synthesizer keyboard. And Bruce kind of felt like, maybe I have some more songs of this kind of style, and I'd like to do some more. So maybe I could do an album of this, and that's what he did. He recorded some songs with his keyboards and drum loops with his longtime engineer Toby Scott, and then he took the recordings to his band that he had at the time, Tommy Sims, Zach Alford and Shane Fontaine, and they overdubbed bass, drums and guitar and replaced some of Bruce's parts. And Bruce does play guitar on this album as well. It was complete, mixed and ready to come out, and Bruce didn't put it out. Sorry, it was then recalled, and he re-recorded some songs for the Greatest Hits album. Recorded songs for the Greatest Hits album rather with the E Street Band, who had been on a little bit of a break during this period, and he didn't think the time was right for this album because it was his fourth record in the row about relationships. This one was about dark relationships, and he kind of felt like his audiences weren't ready for that, so this never came out. There's the lyrics. But this is a really, really great album. Probably my favourite of Bruce's albums, and probably my favourite in this box set. It's one I've played the most times, I'd say. And these are all photos from like the video for Streets of Philadelphia. Blind Spot, the song they announced off it, is great. Maybe I Don't Know You, Something in the Well, Waiting on the End of the World, The Little Things, One Beautiful Morning, Between Heaven and Earth, Secret Garden, which is the alternate take that was re-recorded for the Greatest Hits. I really like the version here too. And The Farewell Party. So yeah, really, really great album. Brilliant album. Probably my favourite of the bunch. Then we get Faithless. Now, Faithless is quite an interesting project. This was something that Bruce was commissioned to write music for a spiritual western film that never got made, and he kind of started on this in 2004 and then kind of recorded the music for it after in between the Devil's and Dust tour conclusion in November 2005 and the release of the Seeger Sessions album in 2006. And when I first heard this album, I wasn't as keen on it because initially I kind of streamed the albums on like Spotify. Yes, I know I do sometimes stream. I do collect physical releases too, but I wasn't as keen on it. Now that I've listened to all the albums again since getting this box set, I kind of enjoy it a bit more than I did. I think it's a bit of a better album, really good album. The title track, God Sent You, the instrumental version of My Master's Hand, and even the lyrics version is great as well. Even some of the wee instrumental songs as well are on here as well, which is really good. It's a really good album, Faithless, I must say. I enjoy it. Then we get Somewhere North of Nashville. Now, this was recorded during like the era of the Ghost of Tom Joad sessions in 1995, and Bruce was making these two albums coincidentally at the same time. He would record these country songs in the afternoon, and then in the evenings he'd be doing things like Balboa Park or Youngstown, just kind of lighten the mood of the sessions. But this is a really, really good album. I really enjoyed this one as well. Repo Man's great, so is Poor Side of Town, Delivery Man, which has been on bootlegs before on an earlier version. Under a Big Sky, Detail Man, You're Gonna Miss Me When I'm Gone, and the title track is good as well. And even he re-records two Born in the USA era B-sides, which are Janie Don't You Lose Heart and Stand On It, but they're like done in country versions. Very, very good, I must say. Really, really good versions of those songs. And the disc here is housed in an inner sleeve, which is quite cool. I don't know why they didn't house them all in like inner sleeves. They could have made them look like vinyl records. But you know, it is what it is. And the CD is the picture of the cover in the front. I'm pretty sure this was how it would have looked at the time it came out, this album cover. A young picture of Bruce on a horse, and an older picture of Bruce on a horse, and a later picture of Bruce on a horse. And the booklet as well is in here as well. Lyrics to all the songs again. So I like the fact that each booklet comes with lyrics, which is very nice. Lyrics. Information about the tracks and who plays what, which is nice, and the engineers behind it as well. Which every book comes with these credits, as I say. And there are a lot of things that will have been added, you know, more completed and finished off, because some of these Bruce felt weren't complete. So I think him and his producer Ron in Yellow, who he has worked with in his recent projects from Wrecking Ball up to this one, added instruments and kind of added bits and pieces to it that weren't complete. Here's Inyo. Inyo is another really good album. These were songs that Bruce had recorded from the 90s, from like after the Ghost of Tom Joad era, and these were songs of when Bruce was kind of driving around the California borders where he lived at the time, and it's kind of like based on those sort of songs. He was writing those kind of songs, and that was the intention. The intention was he was going to follow up the Ghost of Tom Joad with an album like this, but of course that never came to fruition. But Bruce says this is one of his favourites. It's one of my personal favourites as well. Inyo's great, Adelita, the song that they announced for this album, Aztec Dance, The Lost Charo, When I Build My Beautiful House. Yeah, really, really good album. This kind of feels like a bit like, to me, like a Devils and Dust Part 2, but these kind of songs were recorded at the same time as Devils and Dust. And the book as well. And there's even some nice little Mexican music vibe to it as well, particularly with the song Adelita with the horns as well, the trumpets as well, which is very nice. Again, the lyrics. That one's Inyo from like the 90s. Really, really good album. Definitely one of the top bunch of ones. Then I got another favourite of mine. This is Twilight Hours. Twilight Hours was an album that Bruce had done, influenced by the likes of Andy Williams, Burt Bacharach, those sort of people, kind of influenced by the 60s music. He recorded these songs same time to the Western Stars album, which came out in 2019. He'd started recording these in 2010, sporadically into 2014 and 2018. So this is probably the recent album of the box and the time span. But a really great album. I really enjoyed this one. I like Sunday Love, Late in the Evening, Lonely Town, September Kisses, Twilight Hours, I'll Stand By You, which was a song that was later used for the Blinded by the Light film, which is a film of the story surrounding Bruce Springsteen's songs. A story of a story based on the songs of Bruce Springsteen a bit, and inspired by the music of Bruce Springsteen, that film. Hi Sierra, Another You. She has some really good songs in this album. But as I say, these were recorded at the same time as Western Stars, which is a similar style, but influenced by the kind of Californian pop records of the 70s. And Bruce kind of wanted, he kind of had the choice of putting it out either together as a double album or putting two separate albums. He went with Western Stars in the end, and this one kind of put to the shelf. Well, not to the shelf because it was all kind of done digital, but it was kind of put to the vault, let's see. And these are the lyrics again. But yeah, another brilliant album. Probably one of my favourites of the bunch. But all albums are really good. All the albums are great, I would say. And the last one is Perfect World. Now, this was never conceived of as an album, but it does contain recordings and songs written and recorded from 1994 till 2011. And Ron and Yellow and Bruce have said that a lot of these songs were considered for the 2012 Wrecking Ball album. But yeah, another really brilliant album. I'm Not Sleeping, Idiot's Delight, Another Thin Line, Rain in the River, If I Could Only Be Your Lover, You Lifted Me Up, and the title track is great as well. See, a lot of these were kind of done in the era, well, kind of done in the 90s, but then there was some in the early 2000s, and there was some that they kind of pulled out, and they kind of got pulled out from the vault and to complete for inclusion on the Wrecking Ball, which never came to fruition. But this disc. Now, you don't get a booklet with this one, but you get a poster. Much like the Only Strong Survive album, you get a poster. With this one, you get a poster. It'd be nice to have had a booklet, but I actually quite like the picture of Bruce that they've used. And the other side, you get the lyrics to the songs and all the credits again. So yeah, good picture. So there we have it. That's it for this box set video. Hope you all enjoyed it. Like, comment, subscribe. And of course, I got this before the Nebraska box set was announced. Now I'm going to pre-order the Nebraska box set and have like some of the Electric album that they were thinking of doing but never came to fruition. Which was very, very cool to hear. So yeah, it'd be nice to go along with my River box set as well. And I also recently got the Born in the USA anniversary box set, which not much in that one. It's just the album and a couple of DVDs, one the documentary and one a concert from that era. But still nice to have these box sets. And of course I will pre-order Tracks Free if or when that's in it. Well, obviously there will be happening, but when it's announced, and depending on the price of course. But I think Bruce has said that Tracks Free will be in a similar vein to the first box, so yeah. And he's also said to Rolling Stone he's got a new solo album in the can, and the Covers Volume 2 album, which I'm really looking forward to hearing as well. So there we are. I hope you all enjoyed this video. Like, comment, subscribe. Oh, I should have said that Perfect World also contains some E Street Band songs as well. So, yeah, silly me. But I hope you all enjoyed this video. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'm definitely going to do a series of videos where I talk about the albums individually and go over the songs individually as well and kind of discuss them. So yeah, like, comment, subscribe. Hope you all enjoyed this video, and we'll see you again for the next video.